Have you ever had something from the past suddenly come rushing back? Like it's happening right in front of you? Out of nowhere, your heart drops. Your hands start shaking. Cold sweat kicks in, even though nothing is happening. Today, we're taking a serious look at PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. Something a lot of people misunderstand or brush off way too easily. This is not just feeling down. It's not just being anxious. A simple way to think about it is this. Your brain went through a storm called trauma, and it never fully rebooted afterward. And if these symptoms are ignored, they can become chronic. They can slowly tear apart your daily life. So if you've ever wondered, could this be me? Here are the signs you really need to pay attention to. And if even 3 of these sound familiar, please don't try to tough it out alone. Talk to a mental health professional. The first sign is intrusive re-experiencing. That means the traumatic event keeps coming back, not as a distant memory, but as something that feels painfully alive. You close your eyes to sleep, and the scene starts replaying like a movie. You wake up from nightmares. Sometimes it happens in the middle of the day. A smell, a sound, a random moment, and suddenly the memory crashes into you. You might start crying for no clear reason. You might feel panic rising in your body. And here's the key part. This isn't just remembering what happened. It's reliving the fear, the helplessness, and the pain. As if your body thinks it's happening again right now. Someone who survived a car accident might feel their chest tighten every time they pass the place where it happened. Even while driving normally, the sound of brakes can instantly throw them back into that moment. If this kind of reaction keeps happening for a month or more, it's not something to dismiss. The second sign is avoidance. The brain is wired to protect us from pain. So when trauma is involved, people often start avoiding anything that might remind them of what happened. That could be a person, a place, a conversation, sometimes even a thought. Someone who was assaulted may go out of their way to avoid the neighborhood where it happened. A veteran who experienced gunfire may freeze up at the sound of fireworks. But it goes deeper than that. Sometimes people start avoiding their own emotions. This is where emotional numbness can show up. They stop feeling like themselves. They feel disconnected from the people they love. Things they used to enjoy stop meaning anything. They pull away socially, little by little, until isolation starts to feel normal. If the people around you seem like a completely different person now, there may be a very real internal battle happening beneath the surface. The third sign is hyperarousal. Think of it like a boiler that won't shut off. Your system stays stuck in survival mode. You startle easily, sleep becomes hard, or you fall asleep, then wake up over and over again. Small things set you off. Irritability and anger get harder to control. Even minor noises can make your whole body jolt. And there's often this constant feeling that something bad is about to happen. If that goes on long enough, the body starts paying the price too. Headaches, chronic fatigue, upset stomach, muscle tension, aches that never seem to fully go away. People with PTSD often look exhausted in a very specific way. Their eyes stay alert. Their body never fully relaxes. They scan the room without meaning to. That's because the brain's threat detection system is turned all the way up. And once that happens, self-control alone usually isn't enough to shut it back down. The fourth sign is negative changes in thinking and mood. After trauma, a lot of people don't just lose peace. They lose trust in themselves, in other people, and in the world. They start believing things like, I'm broken. The world isn't safe. You can't trust anyone. Those beliefs can settle in deep. Concentration gets worse. Memory gets fuzzy. The future starts to feel blank. Hope gets harder to hold onto. And for many people, shame moves in. They start thinking, this was my fault. If I were stronger, this never would have happened. If I had done something differently, maybe I could have stopped it. That kind of self-blame can be relentless. This is also why PTSD can look a lot like depression from the outside. And the truth is, the two often show up together. The fifth sign is dissociation. This one can be harder to recognize, because it doesn't always look dramatic from the outside. Dissociation is when you feel detached from yourself. Like your mind and body aren't fully connected. Some people describe it like watching their own life from the outside. Almost like they're in a movie. In more intense cases, Parts of time seem to disappear. Hours pass, and they can't clearly remember what they did. They may struggle to recall simple things, like what they ate last night, or what happened during part of the day. This can be the brain's emergency defense system. When something feels too overwhelming to process, the mind creates distance just to survive. It's a little like a computer shutting down when it overheats. But if this keeps happening, everyday life can start to fall apart. And here's the part you really need to remember. It is risky to assume these symptoms will just fade with time. A lot of people tell themselves it's just stress, or burnout, or a rough patch, so they keep pushing through, hoping it will pass. But many end up suffering for years, because the trauma was never actually treated. PTSD isn't weakness. It isn't laziness. And it isn't you being too sensitive. It's what can happen when the brain and body get trapped in survival after something overwhelming. And if it goes untreated, it can affect the brain more deeply over time. Research has shown changes in areas involved in memory, fear, and emotional regulation. The hippocampus, which helps process memory, can become less effective. The amygdala, the brain's alarm system, can become overactive. That means small triggers can create huge fear responses. And calming back down becomes much harder than it should be. So if you heard these signs and thought, that sounds like me, please take that seriously. If even 3 of these patterns keep showing up in your life, consider reaching out to a qualified mental health professional. There is nothing shameful about getting help. In fact, it may be one of the bravest things you ever do for yourself. PTSD is treatable. Many people improve with trauma-focused therapy, and in some cases medication can help too. One approach that has helped a lot of people is EMDR, short for eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. That's a therapy designed to help the brain safely reprocess traumatic memories, so they lose some of their emotional intensity. The memory may still exist, but it doesn't have to keep controlling your body, your thoughts, and your life. And maybe that's the most important part of all. You do not have to fight this alone. Telling someone you trust what you've been carrying can be the first crack of light. And taking that next step, getting a real evaluation and support, can change everything. You are not damaged beyond repair. You are not too far gone. And you are absolutely worthy of peace again. Maybe this moment, right here, is where healing begins. So choose yourself. Take the first step, because your life is worth coming back to.